I didn't like journaling. Now I feel I want to journal like every single day of my life. I was watching TikTok and I started seeing a lot of videos about journaling, and I watched them because I thought it was cool. And I've never liked it because I was just scared of people reading my journals, and I was kind of scared, and even now, like starting, I was a little bit scared, and I just kind of wanted to like not write certain things. But then I thought, I have to let everything out if I want, to like, because I'm always like exploring my mind and trying to find like answers to certain topics, and that's why now I just like write everything, and I try not to think. I think people in my house are like respectful with stuff, so I don't think anyone will read it. I hope no one reads it, but yeah, it's still there, but it's fine. And I also bought this book, The Artist Way. Why it's in Spanish? Spanish is my mother tongue. I was actually deciding between like English and Spanish, and I thought Spanish was the key because I wanted to explore my childhood, and I thought, reading in Spanish and writing everything in Spanish, it's better because my childhood was everything in Spanish. So like memories and everything will be better to connect things and find things. And I was actually right because I feel I have found things. I have wrote them, and there were words and stuff that were like, I have heard these before. Like, these sounds really familiar. I didn't have like a memory of it, but I had a feeling that those things had happened, and I was absolutely right because I also like asked my mom, like, do you remember something like this? And she was like, yes, that actually happened. It was like, you know, that was that was great because I don't think I would have found it any other way. And that's why I also think journaling it's really cool. Now I think it's actually really cool. And I started seeing it was really cool because I watched a video of a girl that was talking about the book The Artist Way. She was talking about the morning pages, and she mentioned that she had to write in the morning when she woke up. It was something like the book says, right? You have to write every morning in your journal, so that way you take all these thoughts and everything out of your head, and you start the day like brand new with no thoughts. And that's what caught my attention. I was like, that's something that I have to do. I just love when there's like no thoughts. That doesn't happen usually, but I just really like it. There's a lot going on, and I just like when there's like these moments of silence that I don't know if they actually ever happen. I know they happen in the morning. That day that I watched that video, I think the next day I bought my journal and I started writing. I was still deciding if I wanted the book in Spanish or in English. So that day I wrote in the night in my journal. I was just like letting everything out. The next day I woke up. I had no thoughts in my head. It was I woke up naturally. No alarm, no people talking, speaking, or anything, no sounds. It was just me like, I'm here. I'm back. And and there were no thoughts, and it was so peaceful. There was this silence. I just love when that happens, and I was like, okay, I need to do this every single day to write in the journal because I love waking up and not thinking about anything. Sadly, today I did think about stuff. Even during while sleeping, I was hearing myself thinking about things that I had to do, and that's not cool because I don't feel you rest properly. So the thing is, this girl also was talking about like how she used the book to find answers to questions she had. She had questions about whether she wanted to keep working in a normal job where she was working, or if she wanted to pursue her writing career. She got answers in the third week of journaling, and I thought that sounds great. I want to do something like that because there's like a lot of things that I would like to explore. And the topics that I chose were money and constancy. Money, my relationship with money has been pretty, I don't know, I would say basic, like really, you know, it's there. That's it. and that's not the best, right? You want it to be like really good. And with constancy, it's been kind of the same. I've been constant, but also like not really, because I've been, art has been like this thing that has happened since I don't know, like I decided I wanted to be an artist. Like I had drawn before, but there was a point that I was like, I actually want to be an artist. And since that moment, like every year, there's moments where I paint a lot for a few months, and then I don't paint for a few months, and then I go back to painting, and it's been like that. And I don't like that, because I want art to be like my career. I want to like focus more on art, and I want to create more often and all of these, right? And that's why I chose those two things. I also would like to do creativity, but I thought it was like there were other things that were like more important, because I feel I'm creative, but I would like to be more creative. So I didn't feel it was like that was as important. So for the first week, it talked about like the morning pages and all of these, and I've been writing about money. And yesterday was the last day of this first week, and I actually found the answer. I actually found got to a conclusion of what was happening with money, and I was really happy for that. I was really happy that I found the answer, because I finally have like all these information that it's I can use to improve my relationship with money. In a week, I've been writing for hours. I've been making myself questions, because there's questions in the book, um but like I also make myself questions. I've been asking myself a lot of questions. I've been, exploring the things in my head, the things in my mind, and I finally got to a place that I was like, oh, this was happening. I did a little bit of exercises, like a little bit of questions for constancy, this last week, but now I want to focus more on constancy. Now that I have answers for the money part, now I will focus on constancy. I also would like to do creativity, but I don't know if I should start it like another time or just keep going as something in the background that's kind of important, but like I won't focus on it yet. So maybe I should just like wait. So I've learned a lot about myself. I have discovered a lot of things that I didn't remember, because I just feel like my memory is just kind of like blurry, like most of. I feel if I just start like thinking, I can get to, oh yeah, I remember these and that. Like it's kind of like weird, you know? I don't know how to explain it. It's there. I know it was me because it's in my head, but like at the same time, it's like, what? Did that even happen? Kind of disconnected. I don't know. There's also something about the artist state, and I've been drawing because I also, I've wanted to paint more and draw more, because that's something that I enjoy. Before I would do, paint, because I was like, oh, I want to film a video, and I wouldn't paint that day because it was like, oh, I don't feel like filming today. So I would just keep pushing, painting, and never get to paint because I would never want to film. And the artist date also has been, it's encouraging people to, the reader, to just create and take a moment every week just for yourself and for drawing, painting, writing, whatever, art you do. And I've been actually doing it almost every day, that I take a moment and just draw whatever is in my head and whatever comes. Like, I don't even think, it's just, A few weeks ago, my grandma visited me in my dreams, and she told me, you have to paint for yourself. You don't have to paint for people to see it. When I woke up, I was like, that was a wake up call. It's like, what are you doing? You have to paint more because you like it. And I was like, yeah, you're right. I'd been thinking about it before, that I was like, I should paint more because I like it, not because, I want to show it. But I just feel like sometimes I just want to have like a purpose. Like, oh, I want to paint this because I want to post it, or because I want to have content. If it's just because, it just feels kind of like, I don't know, feel like weird. Like there has to be like a goal. But also I have to understand that's something that I should work on. Like, it's fine to do things just because you want. There doesn't have to be a goal, and just have to do things because you enjoy them. That's something that I have to, work on, because that's true. I should just create because I enjoy it.